Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Fernz Gate on Nintendo Switch. Alright, what's your problem? Hey, I've heard about you people. You're the ones who help people with all kinds of different jobs, right? Yeah, I did the one thing. Rumor spreads fast. I won't guarantee all kinds, but if you need help, I'll be glad to listen to what it is. Boy, do I ever! Is it that serious? It's those monsters from Cradle Woods. They often come so close to the village, I'm scared they'll kill me. Now do a guy a favor, will you? All you need to do is exterminate some of them. Let's hear what you need to be done. Yeah, sure. I'm begging you to do this for me. Did you hear what I just said? Now calm down. Then my ears weren't lying after all, were they? You don't know how much of relief this gives me with you offering to do this. I didn't go as far as to say that. Now, the ones I want you to exterminate are the slimes in Cradle Woods. At any rate, I just want their numbers cut down some. For now, just get rid of 2. Like I was trying to say, Alex, I think he's intentionally ignoring you. I was starting to get that same feeling. But for what it's worth, I think we should be alright. Me too. Now let's go exterminate these monsters and give him some peace of mind. If looking for a company, come to the right place. Yeah. Nothing I really need. Heals, good enough. Any other quests? Is there something I need help with? Not at the moment. Well, hey there, are you familiar with how to use the repeat button in battle? Oh, okay, yeah, you're just a helpful person. Great, thanks. Okay, fine. Let's go a questing. It's kind of funny they like have the same face, just with different hair. Let's see here, exit route, west dead end. That's just my life. Let's check out the dead end. Oh. From the looks of it, you appear to be travelers. Then why don't I explain how you tell treasure chests apart? There are 2 types of treasure chests in the world. Fancy treasure chests, these have equipment and rings. And plain treasure chests, these have regular and key items. However, in the case of the items, the case the item stock exceeds 99, the contents of a treasure chest will be returned and inventory will need to be reorganized to take items. That's pretty much all there is to know about the subject. When it comes to loot, finders keepers, losers weepers, so never hesitate to grab what you find. While I'm at it, why don't I give you these? You never know when they might come in handy on the road. Anyway, good luck on your travels. I really do wish Kemco would improve this engine and get the scrolling down to 60 Hz. It's not too distracting. All their games were written really well, and all the sounds really good. Games are generally fun to play. Oh, I just wish they scrolled better. Sure is dark this way. Hope there's nothing scary waiting for us at the end. We don't have to keep going if you don't want to. We could always try looking somewhere else. Good idea, let's do that. Okay, too scary for me, huh? I think I beat up enough of these slimes, so... Turn back to the village. Oh, what am I doing? Turn back to the village. Look how fast those battles are, that's awesome. I mean, I'm sure these battles get more complex later on, as they tend to be in the Chemical games. We exterminated those monsters you wanted gone. Is that going to be enough to satisfy you? Give me a second. Yes, very. I can feel their numbers are down a bit now. Now I can live without having to worry about them anymore. Your exploits are just like the rumors I heard. Now please take these as a reward for your efforts. This looks like nasal spray or maybe one of those air fresheners. Now I'll be seeing you around. If I have anything else, I'll let you know. Can someone really know if the number of monsters is less in the woods from here in the village? It sounded to me like it was more of a mental thing. Maybe all that matters is he's happy. You're probably right about that. Realizing I could help somebody or make their day makes me feel happy. Not only that, it's good for us too. I'm glad to see you almost have all the money to pay back Toril. You knew I was saving? The cost for weapons, armor, rings for magic, and clothing aren't exactly inexpensive. Do you want me to help you save some too? I appreciate the offer, but I think it's best if I pay myself. On top of that, you helping me with these different jobs is also doing me a favor. Really? It's the Fernland bell. Let's go, Lita. Right. I'll look around the village. Then I'll help. It only takes one person to do that. And who put you in charge? It's first come, first served. If anything, you have that sword to protect you, so why don't you make a sweep of the woods? This is only for looks. Doesn't mean I can use it. In the woods? What are you gonna do if I get killed? I wonder if it's always devolves into an argument like this when the bell rings, and Toril and the others are out of the village. Recently, all those who have come to this village are from worlds free of conflict. That's why they're desperately trying to protect themselves. But we're no different. That's why if we stand here and do nothing, no one will end up going to search the woods. Plus, if the person who came this time is from a world like us and they appeared there, I'll go with you too, Alex. I appreciate it, Lita. We'll go search Cradle Woods, so could we have one of you check the village outskirts? Are you sure about this? If that's what you really want to do, we'll leave it to you. And I think I could search there like you asked, but I expect you to do it the next time. Fine. Is this where we heard the bell ring? It looks that way. Whoa, what's a guy with an afro doing here? This is my first time seeing a haircut like that in real life. Then I'll also assist. Cradle Woods is the most dangerous area around Kama Village. Who's in charge of searching there? That would be us. Just the two of you? Yes, is there a problem? I'm somewhat concerned about your ability to fight, so I'll join you. Really? That should help us a lot. I'm Alex, and this is Lita. We're glad to have you along. Kodan, Fabachi. Are these two the villagers? Are these the two the villagers were talking about the other day? And it sounds like I won't have to deal with all the monsters by myself. Maybe I should hold back and see how they handle themselves in battle. Like Toril, Kodan's parameters will be reduced only during battle. Due to this, Alex's parameters will be increased by 2 levels. Let's not waste any more time here. I second that. Kodan Fabachi? What kind of name is that? Then again, maybe it's normal for those in his world. Kodan, are you sure you shouldn't be traveling with whoever you came to the village with? Speaking of, when you offered to help us, you did say we. It looks like I haven't introduced you yet, have I, Fabachi? What the? Fabachi was his pet's name? So it was your pet you were talking about? I guess Fabachi wasn't his last name after all. Fabachi's not a pet. Huh? I said she's not a pet. Then I'm sorry, my mistake. As long as you understand. In my world, her species is called Letafuru, but to me, she's a loyal partner. In my world, we have similar animals called ferrets. Really? That's the same as in my world, although I have never actually seen one in real life. I've heard on occasion, despite coming from different worlds, many things are nearly identical in each. I'm sure we could find plenty if we discussed long enough. But we should be going. Your new Outworlders aren't used to dealing with monsters, and this place is full of them. That's fine by me. I wish more games had fast battles like this. Battles in an RPG are more of a means to an end. Unless they make the battles really, really interesting. But most of the time, they're not interesting enough to really sustain for a really long time. Then you end up just hitting the fight button over and over again. And if you're going to do that, why not make those battles easier? Wait. Take a look at this wall here. And what? I don't see anything. Take a closer look. You'll see there's a secret passage. Ah, now you mention it. If you hadn't pointed it out, I don't think I ever would have noticed it. You'll come across many of these in dungeons, so be sure to always have your eyes peeled. It's also likely you'll find treasure chests hidden at the end of these. They're definitely worth investigating whenever you happen upon them. Then I'll try to be on the lookout from now on. Someone lying on the ground. Let's see if they're alright. He has wings coming out of his back. Alex, could it be he's a birdman? No, an angel. An angel? That's a name I'm unfamiliar with. Then I'm guessing there are probably no angels in your world. Or maybe angels are only imaginary beings in ours. Oh no, a monster! It appears our birdman is still out cold. We need to handle it ourselves. Please call him an angel. Maybe we should just stop talking and help. Repeat it? You too. It's still alive. Oh no. Ah! Now that was impressive. You're not kidding. He took it out in one hit. Huh? And you are... I see. So that's why I was in this place. I know it's probably a little hard to take in at the moment, but... No, I believe you. I see no deceit in your eyes. Furthermore, you owe me no undue respect, seeing as how you saved my life. I am called Altor. Alex, Lita, and Kodan. Let me express my gratitude for risking your lives on my behalf. Now, before I consider returning to my own world, I am of the opinion this Overlord cannot be left to reign freely. You have my sacred vow I will defeat him and restore peace to Fernland. In the meantime, I ask you to be patient until this task can be accomplished. Farewell! Pray we will meet again. What a gentleman. Say that again. Only with his courage is the type of hero we would see in fairy tales. Or one with his courage is the type we would only see in fairy tales. Too bad we couldn't have been more help to him. Other than Altor, I don't sense anybody else here in the woods, which means our search is over. Let's return to Kalma Village. Yeah, let's go. I can't tell you how good it feels to be back here in the village. Yeah, but still, this time was easier than I expected. I feel the same way too. I'm sure it was thanks to you coming along, Kodan. Don't mention it. Back in the woods, you said you wanted to help somebody like Altor. For someone of his caliber, I'm sure he'll join the resistance right away. And while more strength is great, there's also a shortage of support squad members. Result City, which is beyond the Lumber Cave, is the main base of operations for both groups. If you were to go there and join the support squad, you should be able to assist him like you want. Us join the support squad? I'm headed to Result City myself to join the resistance, but for the time being, I intend to do what I can to back up the support squad. Both of you may not be very strong, but as members of the support squad, I think you could make an impact. That's why, if you'd like, I could teach you what I know before we part ways. But it's up to you how you choose. Alex? If you say you want to go, then I'll go with you. I'm not going to let you go alone. I appreciate it, Lita. Somehow it feels like you're always there supporting me from behind. It's not like that at all. It's just Lita? No, it's nothing. Alright then, if you say so. Kodan, it looks like we'll be joining you on your journey to Result City. Whether I join the support squad or not is still up in the air, but I do have an aversion to getting involved in fighting at this point. On the other hand, I can't sit here and do nothing. There's something inside telling me to take action. First, let's just get there, and then I'll decide the direction I want to go. Fair enough. Then let's not waste any more time. There'll be a meeting held in Result City for everybody in the Resistance over the next few days. If we hear what those in charge have to say, we may learn something. Good idea. Hey, you two, are you back? Actually... I see. So you'll be leaving the village for a while, huh? It'll be lonely without having you around. I'm sorry. Please let me give you this for letting us stay at your place for so long. Oh, come now. If anybody owes me anything, it should be us. Originally, we as residents of this world should be the ones dealing with the Overlord, but not knowing how to fight ourselves, the burden has fallen on your shoulders. In fact, I'm sure it weighs on all of our consciousness when we think about it. That's why if there's something you want to do, we'll gladly support you in your efforts. But, right, before you go, let me give you this. Consider it a farewell gift. Magic tablet. What's this? You see that warehouse over there? That's called the secret house. Using that magic tablet, you'll be able to manage the place itself. Though I should tell you up front, there's a limit to what you can do with it. For now, there's a planter available to us, so why not try planting a seed in it? I appreciate these, but are you sure it's alright for you to be giving us something valuable like this? Actually, there are a few extra I had on hand. And like with items, I'm glad to have somebody who will use them. But as far as that magic tablet, before the goddess had her power stolen, she and a representative of the Maid Co-op supposedly got together to create it. Maid Co-op? It's a large group made up of mainly female Outworlders and a few of Fernland's women to help. They've taught us new kinds of recreation and helped to make our distribution of goods more efficient. I once worked there as a member, and as a reward for my years of service, I received that tablet. I have to say, though, I was surprised to find out later my warehouse had been renovated the way it had been. Is that something you should be laughing about? I had been thinking this ever since I arrived, but the people here in this world are very laid back. You can say that again, or maybe it would be better to say almost anything goes for them. The Maid Co-op is there in Rizzo City, so if you get a chance to meet the person in charge, you might ask them about expanding the capabilities of that. We'll do that. Thank you again. No, thank you. The days we got to spend together were quite enjoyable for me. Stop by again if you're ever in the village. It looks like we got something nice. Raising seeds into fruit will increase their effectiveness, or their effects, so I suggest we make good use of them to strengthen ourselves. Secret house. This is a building usable for various purposes. Planters. Seeds can be planted and grown in them. Stands. Buddies can be displayed on these. Doors. These are used to dispatch buddies to the co-op. They become available later in the game. A total of 6 rooms are available. At present, only planters can be used. However, by powering up the magic tablet, later functions will, in turn, become available. It's time we were going. Our next stop will be the Lumber Cave. Now let's head out. If you're looking for equipment, you come to the right place. Yeah, let's buy some stuff, maybe. Or not. Resurrection knife. Oh boy, I always need those. Okay. I wonder what this thing does. It's called a curio, and it has the ability to control monsters in an area. Control monsters? In a nutshell, it lures and repels monsters, but it even includes luring special monsters. Curios have the unique ability to lure or repel monsters in a given area. This includes luring normal monsters into consecutive battles and groups of special monsters. Curios can also influence the encounter rate. However, when the party first encounters an area, it can only be halved. After touching a curio at the heart of an area, the encounter rate can be adjusted to the max. In the case the party wishes to fight, jar enemies, or stone block enemies, it can be done at a cost of 10 gems for each battle. It probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense from my explanation, so it's best you try it for yourself. Before that though, I should probably explain one last function it has. The curio can also act as a warp device when it's activated. Using it will transport you to the entrance of an area. Such useful things like this existed. Still surprised you've never heard of them. They were ubiquitous furnishings several generations ago, but now almost nobody owns one. How sad. That's just the result of time moving forward. The past is left behind. But as long as we know how to use them, that's all that matters. And I won't worry about it anymore. By pressing the Y button, a curious escape function will instantly warp the party to the entrance of a dungeon. However, the escape function cannot be used in the area with no monsters. This function is particularly useful in the case that the party becomes lost in a dungeon and wishes to return to town, as it provides a way out. A portable curio is available in the shop. Pressing the R button allows the functions of a curio to be used anywhere. Normal kind of rate's fine with me. Is that you, Toral? Alex, Lita! I'm glad we ran into each other again. I thought for sure you were long gone by now. I'm actually using a nearby village as my base of operations, so lucky for all of us. You were searching for a resistance party to join, right? How's that coming along? If I could have any worse luck, I wouldn't believe it. Everyone I talked to acted like I was a kid and basically brushed me off. Typical. Seriously? You're pretty strong if you ask me. Well, it's their loss. But that aside, what are you doing? What are you all doing here? The monsters in these parts are a whole lot stronger than those back in the woods. I suggest heading back. Actually, we're on our way to Result City. Result City? Don't tell me you're planning on joining the Resistance, are you? Actually, the thought never crossed our minds. We simply thought we could be of service to them, or maybe someone else there. At least more than we have been to anyone up until now. That's why we're considering joining the support squad. Alex? You conned them into this, didn't you? What are you talking about? Don't act innocent. I know you came to Kalma Village several times before. I'm betting you're thinking because they can use Brave Strikes, they'll be useful to you. But even if it is true, it's no reason to go get these two involved when they don't need to fight. I agree. That's why whether they choose to fight or not isn't yours to decide. Of course I know that, but... Toral. It was actually us who decided to go to Result City. No one coerced us. Alex is right. You shouldn't blame Kodan. Fine. Thank you for your understanding, Toral. That reminds me. What would you think about joining us for a while? At least until you can find a party in the Resistance to connect up with. That's not a problem for me, but what about him? Kodan isn't a bad man like you think. Whatever. I guess I'll be joining you then, wouldn't I? And we're glad to have you. One more thing. I ought to mention I'm not alone. Buddies. I see. Buddies? Buddies are said to be outworlders and animals who once came to Fernland, and after dying, they wish their souls to return here. Or so I hear. So, buddies, huh? This one is kind of like Hibachi, isn't he? I'm not so sure about that myself. Gigi. Holy, what the? Something crawled out of your hair. Not something, Hibachi. Whatever. Anybody else seeing that would freak. Not that. Hibachi. What? Her name is Hibachi. Suit yourself with whatever you want to call her. Her name is Hibachi, and according to Koden, she's not a pet. That's not what I'm trying to say here. You know what? Forget it. It seems we have 4 people and 2 buddies, meaning teams may be best going forward. I can get on board with that, rather than fighting separately. Together would be much safer. Battles from now on will be arranged into teams. The characters in the vanguard is called the main, while the ones in the rear guard is called the sub. Subs cannot use physical skills from their position. While the brave gauge is separate, HP is calculated based on the total HP of both members in a team. Teams can be set as desired in the tactics section of the menu. However, buddies must always remain in the sub position. In addition, depending on how many characters and buddies are paired, different effects can be harnessed in battle. Therefore, it would be wise to experiment and find out which special effects are available for specific teams. Speaking of, teams do sound more effective. I think so too. Let's give them a try. That reminds me, Toral. I don't know if this is enough or not, but I wanted to pay you back for the equipment earlier. For money back. Ooh. Sure an honest guy. Anyway, thanks. No, thank you. You really helped me out at the time. No biggie. Also, since we'll be working together from now on, you don't need to go all the trouble to do that again, okay? I'll remember that. If that's settled, let's get going. The main uses normal attacks and and skills or defends. The sub uses skills and items or supports. Items cannot be used by the main. In team battles, actions are first selected by the main and then the sub. Given the sub's role is one of support, damage dealt using attack support will be halved. While actions are selected in the order of the main and sub, they are carried out in reverse. Oh, that's interesting. Brave cookie. Oh, so this is sort of set up like that 8-bit game I was playing from the same company. I don't think that I never did finish that game. I should probably get back to that game at some point in time. Dragon Fang, I think it was called. Various monster forms. Despite looking like their original counterparts, these monsters differ in color. Yes, the explanation is below explaining their strengths and weaknesses. Roll monster, Titan monsters. While on the slow side, they are quite tough. Defeating them will let the party increase experience in gold. Bomb monsters. When their fuse counter reaches 0, they explode and damage the entire party. Crystals can also be stolen. Metal monsters. Have an extremely hard exterior, they are nearly immune to damage. Critical attacks and special equipment are necessary to hurt them. Defeating them will net the party a hefty amount of experience and gold. Messing this guy. Misses. Huh. I don't know what the trick is on that one. What a surprise to run into travelers like myself. If you're interested to know, I'm actually a professional researcher of buddies. You know how to use a buddy ring? If you do already, then you can consider this a hand in review. Now to explain what buddies are in the first place. Buddies are the crystallization of those wandering souls who have returned to Fernland after crossing over to the other side. During battle, a party member may be joined by one buddy in the sub position. A buddy's parameters will change depending on those of their partner. In addition, buddies also have levels that will increase slightly. Furthermore, as a partner's level increases, buddies will learn new skills. Outside battle, buddies can also assist Madame Curie and earn 8 coins by being dispatched from the secret house. And those are the basics of how buddies work. Now to move on to buddy rings. In order to have buddies participate in battle or dispatch them, they must first be released from buddy rings. Upon finding a buddy ring during your travels, the one inside them can be released by going to the item section of the menu and using them. Upon being released, buddies can be set into battle formation by going to the tactics section of the menu. When using auto battle, the tactics set for their partner will be followed by a buddy. In addition, by equipping buddy rings, party members will be able to use one buddy skill. If a buddy has already been released, using the same buddy ring will raise their level by 5. So how was that all to take in? Wouldn't you agree I'm more knowledgeable than I look? But for listening to everything I have to say, let me give you this as a little gift. Now, I hope to see you again someday with a bunch of buddies in your party. Special monsters. Occasionally, things that look like something other than monsters will appear in battle. By breaking one of these, items may be attained. Opening them will cause the player to receive their contents, but beware of monsters that can hide inside. A crowbar can do this in a single turn. Defeating all other enemies will cause the battle to end. Stone blocks. Rare items and equipment can be attained by breaking them. A hammer can do this in a single turn. Defeating all other enemies will cause the battle to end. a lot to break this thing. These are super annoying. I mean, there's nothing you can do about them. At least not at my level. Oh, dead end. Dead end it is. Fuse wrong. How are things going for you, young man? Fine, I guess. Or if they're members of the Resistance or maybe a support squad. Great, and I've got something to tell you. Wait, I want to hear too. Alright then, listen up. I don't want to have to repeat myself. Jawbreakers can be played in the shop section of the menu by selecting to play Jawbreakers and choosing one of the various options. Jawbreakers can also be played using gems. For every 100, the party can choose their either equipment or buddy rings to play for. There are also certain buddy rings that can only be won by playing Jawbreakers. Or Jawbreakers. You might even be lucky enough to win a handful of ever elusive characters. Now give Jawbreakers a shot. No consumption of gems only for this time. Oh man, that's expensive to play. Did that work out? Did that work out for you? You win anything good? Just so you know, if you choose to play 10 times, you'll get an added bonus. So you can play 11. I suggest you give it a try when you have gems to play. If you ask me, this sounds interesting. Then this is where I come in. You know you can play Jawbreakers for weapons? By spending gems, you can get your hands on some pretty sweet ones. Among them are some that will even alter your appearance in battle. By using gems to play Jawbreakers, the party will receive more powerful weapons than with tickets. This includes some with stylish designs. Now give Jawbreakers a shot. Iron Sword. How's that? Weren't you excited to see what you get? Be sure to give Jawbreakers a shot whenever you get a chance. Thank you for taking the time to explain this to us. It was my pleasure, and it's nice to see a well-mannered young woman these days. Anyway, we should be going. Hey, I didn't get a chance to say anything. You sure we're a talkative bunch. Let's get going ourselves. Oh, right. Shopping session has been unlocked. Shop offers convenient items and also the option to synthesize or buy additional content. Fernland. Trio maxed out. Looks like somebody's fighting up ahead. We should be there now. No! Hold on already! Whoa. They don't look like they can handle much more. We have to help. Hey, you ugly monsters, over here! Ooh. Alex, Lita, if you don't think you can handle them, I want you to stay back. We appreciate the concern, but we'll be fine. You haven't noticed it's all of us against them. Trying to act tough, huh? Let's see your stuff. Oh, ooh. We won, didn't we? Sure did. Thanks for saving our lives. People are seriously strong. By the way, you would be training to join the Resistance, would you? No, we're aiming to be part of the support squad. That's regrettable to hear we won't be fighting on the front lines together. Still, I'm encouraged to know you would have our backs. Is there anything I could do to get you to reconsider? There you go again, inviting everyone to join us. Did you hear what he just said? Why do you have to go and smack me every time I bring it up? Are you all headed to Result City too? That was the plan. While we're a bit weak in the fighting department, we hope to get strong enough to defeat the Overlord. Anyway, until we get back to our own worlds, let's work hard together. Those were my same thoughts. And if you ever do change your mind... Ow! Are you sure you shouldn't have gone with them, Toril? It sounded like they plan to join the Resistance. Don't get me wrong here, but joining a weaker party than you all wouldn't be in my best interest. If you say so, but they sure look pretty gung-ho to me about making the cut. The fact is, we should be worried for them. Even if they do join the Resistance, the support squad will have to make up for their lack of ability until they can pull their own weight. You really need to go that far, Conan. It's the truth. Enthusiasm isn't the only important thing when somebody's putting their life on the line. I never thought about it from that perspective. Maybe I was a bit naive saying what I did. As long as you understand, that's all that matters. Having said that, enthusiasm still has its place. Those already strong enough and those working towards that goal are all fighting for the future. Let's hope we can do something to support them. But for now, let's worry about getting to Result City. Then shall we go? Okay, what's over here? Anything? Nothing? Ah, some stuff. Stuff! Ah! Monster interrupting me. Here's the exodus up ahead. Result City shouldn't be far now. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap watching Fernz Gate on Nintendo Switch. I really like it so far. It's a simple RPG, but it's got a lot of good writing, even though I'm not very good at pronouncing. At least not in any consistent way. And I really look forward to playing it. So, yeah, we'll play this over the next couple weeks and get to the end. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.